The war in Ukraine drags on as Russia celebrates its victory in World War II. Despite fierce fighting between the two countries, diplomats continue to engage in peace talks. Everyone's rooting for those.
CBS News reporter Mary Ilyushina joins us now from Riga, Latvia, with more on the war in Ukraine. Mary, always great to see you. So Russia did seem to scale back its Victory Day celebration this year. President Putin also did not declare war on Ukraine, as had been expected by some Western officials. But he did say his actions were to, quote, protect the motherland. Mary, give us some more color on how Putin framed the offensive in Ukraine.
Hi, Tanya. You're right. Everything about this Victory Day seemed scaled back, including Putin's speech. He rehashed a lot of old tropes and sentiments that we've heard him say even before the invasion. You know, about half of the speech was about the United States and NATO and some evil plots that he alleged were brewing there, and that this was a preemptive strike that Russia had to do and was kind of forced to do. And he also did not claim any successes. He did not claim any victories, which was also surprising to a lot of analysts who thought that he will use Mariupol, for example, this besieged key port city in southern Ukraine that Russia has been attacking for the past weeks, as a potential success to show that he is indeed denazifying, as he calls it, Ukraine. But he was very reserved in that sense, and he also did not give any outlines as what this operation will bring, when it will wrap up, what are the next stages. None of that was said by him, but he did acknowledge that Russia is suffering a lot, like the Russian army is suffering casualties and losses in this operation. And the only thing that he sort of outlined as his policy is support for families of soldiers who died or were injured seriously in this operation.
Mary, it's really something to hear that the Victory Day celebration commemorating the end of World War II was scaled back, because the pictures we're looking at show long columns of soldiers, different divisions, battalions, tanks in the streets, lots of military finery, marching, stiff handshakes, like the whole regalia. So if that's scaled back, it's hard to think what full scale might be. But I do want to get into a question here about the peace talks. Reuters is saying that Russia's chief negotiator has said that the peace talks have never stopped. They're ongoing. So I guess that's good news. You can't have a breakthrough unless you're at least trying. Are there any other signs of progress, though?
Well, the Russian delegation said today that they've been talking sort of online and virtually, and for a one-on-one sort of in-person meeting with the Ukrainian delegation, they need some specifics. And a couple of days ago, President Zelensky said that, very specifically what Ukraine needs to sit down at the negotiation table with Russia, which is the borders that they were pre-invasion, and Russia, occupied several parts of southern Ukraine and eastern Ukraine as well, and also the return of people who had to flee to Ukraine. So all of these things are actually run counter to the Russian objectives and Russian state and military goals. So even though the Russian delegation is saying that they are trying, they also have not been incredibly flexible on this matter, and also doesn't seem like they have much to talk about at the moment.
All right. Well, Mary Ilyushina in Latvia, thank you so much. We appreciate it.